Welcome to our daily hovers. I'm Meeka Nomicon, and today I'm playing for the game Suffocating, where we wake up to find ourselves growing plants all over our body. I'm pretty sure humans are not supposed to be doing that. The shiny leaves growing out of your skin would not disappear, no matter how much you cut. It was soft and leaf-like on your skin, but the moment you cut it with your blunt craft scissors, it changed completely. It turned into something hard, a kind of metal perhaps. It didn't make sense why. You didn't eat anything weird, nor were you abducted by aliens last night, as far as you know. You've been at it for an hour. It was getting ridiculous. Why now of all days? Damn, damn, damn! I need to fix all this up before they get here. You collect all the hard metal designed as leaves and dump them in your trash can. They're very thin and sharp, so you take a few minutes to carefully dispose of them. You take a look at yourself in the mirror. Oh, yep, that definitely plants. A knock comes from the door. Hey, Miles, we're here. You're gonna crash in your room. You close your eyes. Okay, I'll definitely have to hide this from them. I really don't want to worry them even more. Plus, knowing Leo, he'll probably get a heart attack when he sees me like this. Jess might report me to the CDC. Okay, so I'm thinking staying in the bathroom's not going to work long term. Unless we tell them we've got a real bad stomach. Why don't we just try putting on a jacket? Because, I mean, by the looks of it, it doesn't come past our necklines. I mean, it just come onto our hands, but really long sleeves might work. So try putting on a jacket. For now, you put on the jacket hanging from the door. It's a bit oversized on you, but it's fine. Perfect! Oversized is exactly what we need. Cozy. What should I do? Well, I really don't think we can just stay in the bathroom. They're going to start asking questions. So we should leave. As you exit the bathroom, you feel the leaves touching your skin under your jacket. You hear laughter emanating from outside your door. Okay. When you enter, two familiar faces that you haven't seen in what seemed like forever were there to greet you. They were both smiling, excited as they've been constantly begging to come over, but you've always declined them, until of course now. Miles, long time no see. Hey, I see you've done a bit of interior in your room. Some things have definitely changed. Jess and Leo, your two best friends during your last year of high school. Leo started to randomly follow you around during your first year, and you two just became friends. And after Jess transferred to your school over 2 years ago, you three have been almost inseparable. Summer was almost ending, and it meant that the three of you were going on to your own ways. Partly. Leo was accepted in the same university as you, so that was good. Where have you guys been? Sorry for going MIA these past few months. Don't even worry about it, dude. We understand completely. Yeah, you don't need to apologize. It's just, I'm really thankful you guys still decided to stick around. It was a bit lonely. You realize what you just said. Kill me now. Ah, did our little bitty Miley miss us? It sure seems like he did. Oh no, I'm being smothered in cuddles. That's nice. The two of them jumped on you and hugged you. It was a horrifying experience. Come on, guys. They pull away. Jess has a knowing smirk on her face, while Leo is still his happy-go-lucky self. It really did feel like it was the old days. You feel a bit better, even though a few minutes ago you were alone in the bathroom with rusty scissors trying to cut off weird leaves off your body. Damn, you still had leaves under your jacket. Dude, Leo got his wisdom tooth out a few weeks ago. You should have seen him flailing around and trying to flirt with his own reflection. What, really? Man, I should have just gone for the anesthesia. Yeah, it wouldn't be as funny. You still made fun of me when my cheek swelled up. It was fair game. Jess has a new girlfriend. Oh, really? Dude! She throws a glare at Leo. Of course, he doesn't seem the least bit afraid. The two of you were used to her threats of death, but of course, she never honors any of them. She rolls her eyes as Leo is laughing. Yeah, her name is Jella, and we met at a concert a month ago. That's great. What concert was it? Jess puts on a low and gruffy voice. Oh, is this super indie underground artist? You probably don't even know them. Ever heard of Billie Eilish? It's your turn to roll your eyes at that. I'm pretty sure I've heard of Billie Eilish before. The worst thing is, I don't even know if you're joking or not. Why would I joke about this? Anyways, wanna look at a picture of me and her? You enthusiastically nod, and Jess flips her phone out. It's the two of them, smiling and hugging each other. Oh, you guys are adorable. You guys look cute together. I'm happy for you, Jess. Thanks, Miles. That means a lot to me. I think you two would get along nicely. Of course they will. Miles, she's so nice. She's literally the opposite of Jess. Jess playfully punches Leo's arm. See? Jella would never do this to me. She's saying she wants to meet you, Miles. So we should eat dinner out soon. You know, the three of us again. Plus Jella? Yes, plus Jella. It might help you, of course. I don't know how you're feeling right now. But you know, we're still both here for you. I understand, but really, I'm fine now. I'm at least not crying about it every night. Progress, right? I mean, we've still got plants growing from my body, so, not so much? They both turn quiet, a look of concern written on both their faces. Man, just tell me and I'll beat up that kid Dylan for you. He was out of line for saying that stuff in front of you. Leo, you aren't beating anyone up. Oh? Was that too far? You aren't, because we will. She elbows Leo a few times, smiling. We'll get him back for you, Miles. Just say the word. You chuckled. It was the first time in a while that you felt like this. Even though you've been stuck inside your room for days on end, this was the first time that you actually felt like you were at home. No need for that. Plus, I don't think Max would be okay with you guys getting arrested for assault anyway. Ah, sorry, Max. I promise I won't get arrested. Yeah, I'll make sure we won't get arrested. She has a knowing look on her face. Knowing her, she might just find a way to get away from the law. You weren't afraid of that. More so for Dylan. Anyways, I know for a fact we didn't come here to plan a crime. Unless we did, which is totally fine with me. Well, I really want to plan our last few weeks of summer together. I have a few places we can visit this weekend. We should really go back to that diner we ate at during Christmas. I didn't really like that cake. Weird taste. That was the good part. Leo loved any kind of food, which was ironic considering he had the most food allergies out of the three of you. He loved dairy, but he was lactose intolerant. A tale as old as time. See, I wonder if that would actually happen. Like, if you're lactose intolerant, does that make you just crave milk more? Just the knowledge that you can't really have it without consequences? We should go to a museum or a water park. It's been hot these past few days. There's this new botanical garden that opened up near my house. We should totally visit soon. Like tomorrow or tonight. Thinking about gardens and plants felt like a pit in your stomach. The jacket that you were wearing was starting to get a bit heavy by the minute. The rubber-like feel of the leaves rubbed against your skin. You couldn't agree to going with them tonight. You still had this leafy problem. I've seen that place all over my social media. We should totally go. What'd you think, Miles? What should I say? I mean, can't we say, like, we agree? And then just say, agree for tomorrow? Uh, I feel like we've got to say no. I mean, if we say yes, chances are we're gonna show our plans. Say no. I'll need to pass on that. Huh? Why, Miles? Uh, I'm... I'm allergic to pollen. I mean, if they're our best friends, wouldn't they already know if we were allergic to pollen? This seems like a pretty weak excuse. I would have gone there with the dodgy stomach. I briefly remember you accepting tons of flowers during Valentine's Day at school. I remember that as well. You kept making fun of me because I only got one from my mom. To be fair, I'd make fun of you for that as well, Leo. Hey! Anyway, what's got our pretty boy lying? Yeah, come on, dude. Flowers are pretty. It's nothing. Surely it's not nothing. See, this is what I'm saying. If we didn't go with something that's like a permanent condition, we'd get away with it. I mean, they can't dispute the fact we probably might have a dodgy stomach. I mean, unless they're going to camp out our thing for 12 hours to disprove it. Ah, you were a fool, Miles. Sorry, I'm just not feeling it. We can come back some other day. Definitely do, no worries. Or if you want to talk about it, we'll listen. We're here for you. Okay. Open about something else and dismiss it as nothing. Uh, okay, we'll open about something else. Just to make it feel like we're confiding in them. There we go. Well, you tried to think of something that will switch their focus from your huge lying blunder. If only you were a better liar. Unfortunately, you were raised as a virtuous man. I, excuse me? Are you saying I'm not virtuous? I mean, I was just trying to coach you how to lie, so that probably implies I'm not a virtuous man. How rude. True, but rude. My brother. Jess and Leo's expressions grow darker as you mention your brother, Max. Oh, damn. I'm sorry, we didn't realize. We can talk about it if you want to, Miles. You had to tell something believable. Something that would totally sell that you're saying right now. To be honest, I still miss Max a lot. I'm guessing our brother died or something, right? Even though it's already been 4 months, I still expect to see him walk through that door and apologize for running home so late. But I know it won't happen. You let out a weak chuckle. It's stupid, I know. After all, we were all there for his service. We all saw him get lowered. But I just miss him. I just can't accept being able to live far longer than he did. He didn't deserve it. Sorry for getting all depressing on you. I know we were supposed to be having fun today. You tried to make it convincing. Well, it is convincing because you were venting the feelings you had tried to bury by yourself. It was a bit embarrassing. You were sharing all this with your friends, but this was safer than telling them that you had leaves growing out of your skin. Jess puts on a reassuring hand on your shoulder. You mentally wish she doesn't feel the leaves under your jacket. Don't say sorry. We don't expect you to be all great and fine after Max. For Pete's sake, he's your little brother. Don't push yourselves to move on so soon, Miles. Yeah, Miles. I can't begin to know what you're feeling right now. But even we haven't moved on from Max as well, and we didn't know him for as long as you did. How can we expect you to be back to normal immediately? If anything, we're surprised you're being hard on yourself. You didn't even allow yourself to cry at his service. Don't take to heart whatever Dylan said. It's not weak to cry as a guy at all. Hell yeah. I think it makes you cooler. That it's okay to be vulnerable despite of everyone telling you to be strong. You don't need to be strong right now, Miles. You didn't expect all this. Thank you guys. Really. I really appreciate your words. For some reason, you feel a bit lighter hearing all that. You could always count on them to help you feel a bit better. Anyway, now that we finally have something to do this weekend, we can probably plan out the rest of the week some other day. We should put going to a water park on our next priority. Oh, and maybe an adventure park. Please, Jess, please? As long as you don't annoy off the mascots again, then I'm fine with it. I don't want to get banned from that place. Especially since me and Jayla haven't gone. You don't even have to remind me that I'm single, though. I'll keep doing it. You have no one. This is nice. Are you saying just bullying me for having no significant other is nice? I'm hurt. No! Man, I'm just kidding, dude. Something about you guys being here again. We're hanging out again. Feels like the good old days. Somewhat. Jess glances at Leo, a gesture you don't miss. She will probably milk the hell out of what you just said. But you're thankful that some sort of normality has returned to your life. Despite of, yeah. You better not make fun of me for being sappy, Jess. I won't. The past few months really haven't been great. But we're both happy that you feel that way, Miles. We are still your best friends. We'll always be here for you no matter what, even if you turn into some sort of mutant. Unless you found some other group to be your best friends. Which hopefully you don't. Right? I totally did. What? I'm joking. I wouldn't swap you guys out for the world. Jeez, this is making me cry. So not cool. But really, thanks for being honest with us. And definitely don't swap us out for the other people. Don't worry, I won't. I'm perfectly okay with spending my life with you two. Better bet on it. We won't be going anywhere. Speaking of going anywhere, I need to go training in a bit. Jess rolls her eyes. The unexpected development. Leo became a gym bro. That's not really true. Leo was interested in working out back then, but not so much sports. In high school, there was no time to work out unless you did some sort of sports. So, of course, I can always cancel today if you want to hang out a bit more, Miles. You know what? It's okay. You go have fun. No, it's fine, Leo. One of these days, I should start working out as well. Definitely, Miles. The trainer I have is great. You'll love him. He always hypes me up and gives the best tips for bulking up. He'll be happy to have you. Well, if Leo's going, I might as well go. Yeah, no worries. Jess turns to Leo, a smirk plastered on her face. And meet with my girlfriend, you know, Jayla. That's foul. Thanks for today. I had fun, even though it was for only a few moments. They both take turns to hug you. Group hug again. I still seem traumatized. It was a warm feeling. Bye, Miles. Don't cause any trouble while you're out. I'll pick you up around lunch for tomorrow, okay? Oh, yeah. See you tomorrow, nerd. The two of them leave your room, the soft click following soon after. You hear their footsteps getting fainter until you hear your front door open and shut. Alone again. It was a bit eerie now that you were alone again. It was getting a bit hot. First time seeing your friends and you couldn't believe you lied to their faces. I mean, at least they don't know I'm a freak. You take off your jacket and hope for a minute that the leaves aren't there to greet you. Like it was some sort of weird hallucination you had when you woke up. Damn! I think they've grown some. They look bigger than I remember. Maybe you could find something on the internet? You spend your entire evening researching on weird leaves growing out of your skin. You scour multiple online forums, amateur blogs, and even clickbait ads slight referencing leaves. But you find nothing. Night falls, and you are able to hide your secret for now. Your friends and family don't know a thing. You keep returning to the bathroom to cut off the leaves that keep growing and growing, but they never seem to disappear. However, the leaves keep growing, and with it, your energy slowly diminishes. So tired. You slowly walk to your bed and lay there for a while. This'll do for today. Your eyes look too tired from the blue lights you've been looking at, and your fingers were tired from scrolling the entire time. Everything turns to black. The next day, you can't move an inch as the leaves you have used cemented down. Oh no, it's the messages. Yo, Miles, where are you? Dude, been ringing your door. You can't even lift your phone up to call for help. Oh, I've got the bad end. Oh no, is this because I didn't tell them? Oh no, maybe I should have told them the truth. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna go and find this good end, which I'm gonna assume is us telling our friends we've got leaves growing from our skin. Okay, I want to see what would happen if we just stay in the bathroom. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is just gonna cancel the run and give us a dead end, bad end again. But I'm curious. Dude, are you on the toilet over there? Yes? Oh, what should I do? Stay in the bathroom. I mean, how long can we stay in the bathroom before they get tired of us? This has to be a joke, Miles. You've been in there for an hour now. Did you eat something nasty last night? I think so. Tell us if you need anything. How long can I stay in this bathroom for? Miles, are you really pooping right now? Yes, I am. Please respect me and my bowels. Damn, I guess we'll come back another day. Good luck, though. Thanks, I'm gonna need it. Night falls and you are able to hide your secret for now. Your friends and family don't know a thing. You keep returning to the bathroom to cut off the leaves that keep on growing and growing, but they never seem to disappear. However, the leaves keep growing, and with it, your energy slowly diminishes. So tired. You slowly walk to the bathtub and lay there for a while. This'll do for today. Just somewhere you can lay your head down. The next day, you can't move an inch as the leaves have you cemented down. You can't even lift your phone up to call for help. Oh man, I die in the bathtub this time. Well, that's unfortunate. There we have it. Technically a different bad end, because this time we died in the bathroom. Okay, so we have to lie to them, because if we agree, we only then get the option to tell him to go to the gym, in which case we end up with the bad end again. So we actually do need to lie to them. I mean, we could try and dismiss it as nothing. This will probably leave us as a bad end as well. But it might have a different bad end outcome. We should check. No, it's really nothing. If you guys really want to go, let's go tomorrow. We don't want to force you, Miles. Yeah, we'll understand. Don't worry, guys. I was just kidding around earlier. It's really nothing, guys. It's just a small prank. I don't think they buy it. Anyway, now that we finally have something to do this weekend, we can probably plan out the rest of the week some other day. Okay, so yeah, because we've also... we do need to open up about our brother then. So even though we lied to them, but we dismissed it, so we can still only tell him to go, which will only lead to the same bad end again. Well, okay, well, we need to go back and then open up about Max. Okay, so we've said no, and now open up about Max. That's what we need to do. Okay, so this is where we changed it last time. So we told him to go, which ends up in the bad end. So unfortunately, we need to tell them the truth about our plans. Well, actually, can I ask you to stay for a bit? I wanted to talk about something important. Of course, Miles. I can just text Danny later. What is it? You guessed that if they were accepting about your grief, maybe they would help you figure out this predicament you found yourself in. Unless everything goes tits up and they report you to the government or something. You sigh to yourself. You couldn't have them wait up. I actually need to show you guys something. Slowly, you take your jacket off. The leaves create rustling noises against the cloth you are pulling over your head. You expect gasps and silent judgment and ready yourself for that. Well, let me guess, they can't see 'em. As you bore your skin littered with leaves, you could feel your blood rushing through your ears, heart pounding like crazy. Ah, I see. Huh? Thanks for sharing, Miles. I was thinking you were looking weird today. You couldn't believe it. The entire time, you were expecting them to run away, call you a freak, names, or even faint in horror. Yet here they were, acting like literal leaves growing out of your skin was just a normal, everyday event. Can you guys explain why you're so casual about this? Is this a disease? Oh god, am I about to die? Hey, hold your horses. Calm down, bro. You aren't dying. I don't know about Leo, but I also had the exact same condition before. When I first moved in this town. Same here. I had that 3 years ago. Tell me why my best friends never told me about this? It's like our town's local myth, though. Something about leaves and warding off negative energy. I learned about it from this locals when I was new here. How do you not know this when you've lived here for longer? I have to say, I'm not really one for myths and all that stuff. But wait, why did you have it in the first place? And how did you guys get rid of these leaves? They're kind of annoying me now. Well, you get them when you try to suppress your feelings, I think. Like, I got them when I experienced my first breakup and tried to play it off. It did not end well. I fainted a few times before I told my mum about it. Yeah, strong feelings that start to affect you negatively. I was so anxious and afraid starting a new life here, so boom, I became an unwilling gardener. So, you guys don't seem to have them anymore. What did you do? I just got closure from my ex and shared what I felt. Of course, Chanel didn't know about the leaves. I don't think she really cared that much about what I had to say. But they seemed to wither away after that. I told my dad about my fear, like how I missed my old school and old friends. I guess I just needed someone who'd listen to me. Someone I could share what I was nervous about, you know. But that would make no sense. I shared what I felt about Max, and they're still here. Why aren't they disappearing? Did you do something drastic recently? Like a thing you regret doing? Yeah, you're like one of the most quiet people I've ever met, and I know you keep a lot of things to yourself. It's a bit weird that they just started to show up now, considering. So maybe you did something that triggered the leaves to start growing? I really can't think of anything. The three of you spend a moment in silence. You really couldn't think of anything you had done recently. These past few days had been a blur, if you were being honest. What about your room? It's your space, so you might have done something to disturb your safe space? A look of clarity passes over your face. Of course, it's that. If you were being honest, you probably should have thought of that at first. But your head was filled up that you nearly forgot. There's something. I think so. Okay, I've gotta find it. What can I interact with? Oh, It found it for me. Nice. You look at the box hidden away in the corner of your room. It's filled with stuff you decluttered a few days ago from your messy shelves. Old books that you lost interest in, scraps of paper, and pens that didn't work anymore. Somewhere in it, though, were a few items that you knew didn't belong in there. Max's stuff. I just wanted to move on as fast as I could. I didn't want reminders of my dead brother all around my room, but I think not leaving anything to remember him by hurt me a lot more. Might even be the whole reason why I got these leaves. You walk towards the box, Leo and Jess in tow. Slowly, you reach towards it and take out the most important items. Okay, I'm guessing our brother liked puzzles. Max's favorite toy. You could never figure out these things. That kid was way smarter than you, after all. You know what? I can understand that. I mean, any time that I tried to do a Rubik's Cube, I failed. And then I did that whole break the cube to rebuild it. So technically it's finished. I think I spent longer breaking it and rebuilding it than I did actually trying to twist it. He left this in your room for you to figure out, but you never did try to solve it. Now that it was one of the last things Max held in his hands, you might never will. Oh, is this his baby bear? His Teddy. Even though Max tried to tell you he was already a big kid, you knew for a fact that he hugged this bear every night. He kept it clean, knowing how hard you worked stitching his name on the stomach. One of the few gifts you had ever given him. His old basketball varsity shirt framed neatly. You wished his first name was written instead of your surname, but knowing that he wore this proudly brought a small smile to your face. You remembered how excited he was finding out that he was accepted in the team, and how he showed off at every game. God. Aww, he's adorable. I don't think you're supposed to eat the medallion. The most recent picture you had of him, with the biggest smile on his face, right after he won his basketball league. One of the few pictures you had together with Max. You don't know how this ended up here. Never in a million years would you take this off your shelf again. But looking at his face again brought tears to your face. Are you okay, Miles? I really don't understand why he had to go. It really doesn't make any sense. I know you've heard this a lot, but we're really, really sorry. You shake your head. You guys really don't have to be sorry. You've been there a lot for me. You slowly get up from where you sat, items scooped in your arms. Okay, put back these mementos where they belong. Yes, you put everything back to where they belong before you decided to put them away radically. Okay, there we go. We've got everything back together. Oh, nice little bear sitting on the bed. It looks more natural like this. More like Max never left. So, are my leaves supposed to disappear now? Give it an hour or so, pretty boy. Geez, an hour? In the meantime, we can keep you company. Miles is probably tired of having us around. Hey, I didn't say that. I'm kidding. But we're proud of you, Miles. It was your turn to smirk. Oh, did my ears deceive me? I think Jess is being sweet. Man! The only other time you remember Jess being like this was during Max's funeral. Other than that, your entire high school life, she had always bantered and made fun of the both of you. Dude, it's getting dark. Can I crash here for now, Maz? Hey, me too. Nah, you'll finish all my snacks again. Maybe. How can you not expect us not to? Laughter travels throughout the room. A huge boulder was just lifted off your shoulders and you could finally breathe steadily again. But really, again, guys, I really don't know how to thank you anymore for helping me figure out my problem. I at least don't feel lonely again this time. Of course, Miles. Healing is such a long process, and we're happy to be allowed to stay with you. Just next time, don't keep it all to yourself, okay? You smile at that. Never again. Here we go! I think that counts as the good ending, right? I think it does. I mean, I wonder what would happen if we choose not to put the mementos back. I don't know. Are you really sure? One more time. Put back these mementos where they belong. No, no, I don't think I will. Are you really sure? I don't think I get a choice, do I? I don't get a choice. Well played, game. Well played. Well, I hope you enjoyed that playthrough of Suffocating. You know, I'm actually really glad they went for the whole this is actually just a myth that town kind of route. I was getting concerned he was going to take his jacket off and that no one else would be able to see them. I'm glad they didn't choose that. As always, if you want to check out the game, I'll leave the link in the description below. If you enjoyed your time, hit the button to like this video and subscribe to this channel. But other than that, have a spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.